Hello and welcome to Tele. I'm Carla Gonzalez. This is Interviews from Quito, the program where we explore some of the biggest challenges facing this country and the region. In today's program, we look at how Ecuador could make history if it passes a law to allow same-sex marriage. Currently, in a mainly Catholic country like Ecuador, marriage is only allowed between a man and a woman. So will Ecuador stay true to its respect for human rights and equality and give way for a decades-long fight? We have lawyer Bernarda Freire to discuss this, but first let's take a look at this video.
The Constitutional Court of Ecuador has called a hearing to rule on same-sex marriage. The petition was submitted by an LGBTI couple after the Ecuadorian Civil Registry Office did not recognize the marriage between persons of the same sex. The legal team of the LGBTI couple say that if the court approves the legal consultation on same-sex marriage, all sexually diverse couples will be able to marry, and that will be a historic step in Ecuador. Meanwhile, several organizations in favor and against equal civil marriage gathered outside the Constitutional Court. LGBTI groups say they are hoping the members of the court will be more sensitive to their struggle and guarantee the recognition of LGBTI rights on same-sex marriage. They point out that Ecuador is a country where the Constitution prohibits discrimination.
So thank you, Bernarda, for being with us. First, let us know the organization that you work for. What do they do?
Working Foundation Pacta that has been working for around 12 years and was born after the need of GLBTI to have access to a lawyer with knowledge on gender and structural discrimination of our population and how this discrimination affects legal processes. It is composed by 6 lawyers who are basically a cost-free law firm that receives cases, provides advising, and if necessary, we also sponsor clients in cases of sexual discrimination.
Itself, because a lot of people, when they talk about same-sex marriage, they don't know what the actual law says in Ecuador. What does it say?
The LGBTI population has suffered discrimination, structural discrimination, as I said, and we have had many progress and positive things in Ecuador in the last 20 years. 20 years ago, homosexuality was still criminalized. There was still a jail for a homosexual population. After this was overcome in 1997, we started making significant progress regarding sexual orientation. The first was the 1998 Constitution that acknowledges that no one can be discriminated based on sexual orientation. Then came other changes, and the 2008 Constitution provides not only sexual orientation but gender identity, and establishes that families can be recognized in different types according to Article 66. But LGBTI population has a constitutional law to get married. Article 68 says that marriage is the union between man and woman, etc. And this has prevented LGBTI population from marrying. Nevertheless, other progress has been made, not legal but jurisprudential, in the Latin American context that enables us to understand that marriage is recognized in the understand is that the Constitution cannot be read literally, but must be read within the context. The Ecuadorian Constitution says that we are in a country of rights and justice. This means that rights and people are above rules. We must also understand that Ecuador executed the American Convention of Human Rights, which has an entity that rules the convention and how the states must enforce the convention, which is the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, that has consultative competence when a country makes a consultation. Costa Rica made a consultation in 2017 about the LGBTI population, especially trans childhood, and protection for couples of same sex. the court explains that the states of the Americas must recognize all existent figures, including cyber marriage, to diverse sexuality couples. In the world now, couples in Ecuador are asking the Constitutional Court to enforce Consultative Opinion 2417 of the court, and that interpret an article of the Constitution in virtue of this consultation and the hermeneutical rules of law. Basically, evaluative methods. The law has to go together with social changes, not only by the rule. We must understand the Constitution.